Damari Dickinson here for Let's Talk Education with our first video in our Things Your Child's Pre-K Teacher Wants You to Know series. So again, my name is Damari Dickinson and I'm an educational consultant. Basically that means I work with school districts, school leadership teams, principals, teachers, and parents to help set and implement plans that really further student achievement. In that role, I have the pleasure of visiting several classrooms from 12th grade classrooms all the way down to pre-K. And today I just want to share some things that I've learned from visiting with my amazing pre-K teachers, things that they wanted me to share with you guys. So I'm not sure if you saw it, but yesterday on the page we shared one thing that your child's pre-K teacher wants you to know. And I'll do a quick recap. So basically that thing was nicknames are really cool. They're really awesome, right? So they can help your child figure out their place in your family, you know, man, baby girl, Lil J. Some of you guys are really creative with your nicknames. I actually gave myself a nickname when I was in high school because I thought it sounded cool. And my nephew didn't know that my name was Damari until he was about 16, 17 years old. He really thought my name was D-Lo because that's all my family called me. So there's nothing wrong with nicknames, right? However, by the time your child gets to school, they actually need to know what their real name is. So when the teacher is calling roll at the beginning of the year and they're calling your child's name, they're not going to call them by their nickname. So if your child's sitting there waiting to hear Peanut or Mookie, he's never going to know, right? So one thing that would be really helpful to your child's pre-K teacher is if you're only using nicknames exclusively right now, be sure that you start dropping the real name in there so when they hear it being called, they actually know to answer it. Here's another thing. Your child's pre-K teacher also wants you to know that they really love your child. Like, really, really love your kids. Being a pre-K teacher is something that takes a lot of heart, and it takes a special type of person. Those teachers really do bond with your kids over time, and they grow to love them. However, that doesn't mean that they want to spend an extra 2 hours, an extra hour with them at the end of the day while you're off doing something else, right? So it's not, although a lot of parents think this, pre-K is not the same as a babysitter. So there are lessons that they're instructing throughout the day to really help prepare your child for kindergarten, hence pre-kindergarten, pre-K. So they don't want to hear that, you know, oh, I had to run to the store real quick, so I was 30 minutes late, or, oh, I just had to stop at the doctor's real quick, and so I'm an hour late. Unlike some of their colleagues, they can't just say, oh, the bell rang at the end of the day and just walk away. They are responsible for your kids, and again, they love them, so they're not just going to leave your 3-year-old, your 4-year-old standing there by themselves waiting. They're going to wait with them, but they do have other things that they need to do, like plan their lesson for the next day to make sure that they're providing high quality instruction for your baby, or go home and be with their own family and spend time with their family. So while they love your kids to death and would do anything for them, they really would love it if you respect their time and are there at the right time at the end of the day, preferably early, to pick up your babies. So the next thing that your kid's pre-K teacher wants you to know is it would be fantabulous if you could keep your sick kids at home when you know they're sick. Stop sending them to school sick. You know when your child goes to bed with a fever of 104, that when they wake up in the morning and they're still red and they're sweating and their sheets are all wet and it's not pee, that they shouldn't be going to school. You know that when they have diarrhea the night before and you wake up in the morning and they still have diarrhea, that they shouldn't be going to school. Now I understand that your boss might be a jerk and you might not be able to get the days off, but that's when you start being creative, right? And start saying, so who else can I put, you know, in this plan, knowing that I have to go to work, that can actually watch my child when they're home. Because when you send them to school sick, you're sending them to spread their germs to everybody else's kid in the classroom, and the teacher, who's the one that's sitting there wiping their nose and cleaning up the snot when they're sneezing all over the place, and when they're throwing up, they have to clean up that throw up. So just be mindful and know that we know that things might be hard, it might be difficult for you to do, but please, please, please keep your sick kids at home. Now the next one really ties into that because everyone's not going to keep their sick kids at home. So know that your pre-K teacher needs you to know that your child might end up coming home with something additional than what they left the house, right? So they might come home with a stomach bug or the flu or head lice. And that doesn't mean that your pre-K teacher is a bad teacher. It just means that things happen and the kids, they're sharing all the time and they're touching and they have their fingers in their mouth and they're putting their hands all over everything. So it's really easy for germs to get spread. So yes, they might get sick. More than likely they're going to get sick, but it's building their immune system. So don't think that the pre-K teacher isn't doing their job when your child picks up something extra and brings it home. Just have compassion and know that you aren't contributing to that because you're going to keep your sick kid home. So the last thing that we want to share, the last thing that your pre-K teacher wants you to know, let me see, make sure this is the last one, hold on. Okay, yes. So the last thing is that it's great if your child will be reading by 3. Like everybody wants to say, I taught my child to read at 18 months or by 2 years old my baby was reading. That's amazing. However, the pre-K teacher would be more impressed if your child could do the following things. Put their own straw in their juice box. Zip up their own pants. Zip up and button their own pants. Tie their own shoes. But if they can't, don't send them to school with shoes that need to be tied. Because guess who has to do it? That's right, the pre-K teacher. Open their own carton of milk. Clean up after themselves. So those basic life skills, you don't realize how much time the pre-K teacher spends doing those things for the students. And again, because she loves them, she doesn't mind. But it would be so impressive if your child was able to be more independent and able to do those things by themselves and free the teacher up to really do the more fun and engaging and academic activities with your child. So those are our first 5 things in this series. If you want to learn more things that you can do to help prepare your child, whether your child is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to help prepare them for school success, we would love for you guys to join us in our, I hear you baby, I'm coming. We would love for you to join us in our free 5-day Parent Empowerment Challenge that actually starts next Monday, March 20th. Come here. So what that is, we'll be giving out tips and tricks. Hold on. Tips, tricks, and tools that'll help you build your confidence as your child's first teacher and also be able to prepare your child for success. So if you know anybody or if you want to join us, you can join us by going to www.5daysforparents.com. Again, that's 5daysforparents.com to sign up and register. So we're starting on Monday. We have over 50 people in the group now, and our goal is to actually double that. So tell your friends who have kids that have not started school yet, and if they have, we still will be sharing tips to help them get prepared. So again, that's 5daysforparents.com to join us for our 5-day Parent Empowerment Challenge that starts on Monday. So we will be doing another video with some more things that your child's pre-K teacher wants you to know. So be sure to jump back in and join us for that one next week. All right, share this video with your friends if they have kids who are in pre-K so they know what their pre-K teacher wants them to know, or parents who are sending their kids to pre-K soon. All right, we'll see you next week. Bye.